If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me tell you about it. It's free, which is amazing. And there are these really cool creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will even distribute your podcast for you, so it's easy to be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get podcasts. And you get to make money with no minimum listenership, which is really cool. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started right away. Yoga teachers, mindfulness leaders, and energy workers, are you ready to stop side hustling and start making an income doing what you love? Welcome to the Marketing Off the Mat podcast. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we'll dive into conversations with successful creatives in wellness, business, marketing, and more to uncover practical methods to take you from A to B and have some fun along the way. My name is Jessica Cross, and I'm so excited to be here with you. Let's dive in. There, it's Jessica. Welcome back to Marketing Off the Mat. Okay, so if you clicked on this episode, you might be like, what the heck, Jess? What are you talking about? So this episode is titled, Why I Want You to Fail. And the truth is, I don't want you to fail as a business owner. I don't want you to go out of business. I don't want you to stop teaching. I don't want you to stop being a practitioner of the amazing things that you offer in the wellness space. I don't want you to quit as a soulpreneur. What I want for you is to fail and fail often. I want you to try. I want you to be okay with picking something, figuring it out, meaning the thing that you're figuring out might be that you don't like what you just picked. And that thing that you just picked isn't the right fit for you. I want you to be a student of the iterative process. So what's the iterative process? You might have heard this or you might not, depending on what your background is or what you nerd out on. You may or may not have heard of this term, iterative process, or design thinking is another term. So this actually was coined in the corporate world. I believe it started with IBM, and this is how engineers approach design when they're designing new software or hardware. They look at things through the lens of the iterative process. So it's almost a scientific approach when they're taking time to really suss out what it is that they want to build. And they look at it from this lens, through the microscope, if you will, of, okay, what do we want to try? Let's give it a try. What worked? What didn't? Okay, great. Let's try again and again and again. And we start to, through the iterative process, weed out things that are not the right fit. So if it's for software, it might be certain type of code that's not working, and they tweak and change and fix until it's like, perfect. Chef's kiss, as everyone's saying these days. Perfect. That's what I want you to use, this lens, this microscope in your business. And that means, all things to be said, you're going to fail. You're going to fail a lot. I failed a lot. I can't even tell you how many times I failed, and it won't be the end of it, because we've got to get started somewhere. And we have to push past this idea of picking the right path, the right choice, the right offer, the right story, the right copy, the perfect website, etc. Because we all have to start somewhere, or we don't start at all. So if it means failing, absolutely. I want that for you. I want you to fail a lot. I want you to fail often, because every single time that you fail, you're going to learn something. You're going to tweak something. You're going to dust yourself off. It's okay if you have a day or two in between, or even longer, for you to process what you put out there and how you need to adjust for future. This is how we find our way. We think about, and I'm sure there's beautiful sayings exactly about this, but the path is carved by each single step that we put in front of us. There is no direct path to entrepreneurship or being a founder or a business owner. You are carving the path with every single step that you take. So I encourage you, if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be a failure, I just can't even fathom deal with the fact that I might be failing at something. That's terrible. I'm going to ask you to flip that script. That is business. That is being an entrepreneur. That is being a soulpreneur. Can you imagine if you were sitting at the front of the room, either teaching a yoga class or leading a meditation or any type of practitioner offering that you put out in the world, and you told your student or your client that, okay, well, if you don't do this right the first time, then we're done. You can't do it anymore. It's over. You would never do that. You would never, ever say that to your client because you don't believe that. That's not how things work. That's not the practice. The practice is showing up, giving it a try, adjusting, changing, rearranging, learning, taking the lens of the student, the view of a beginner. I invite you to take this into your business, to not be afraid to fail, to not be afraid to try stuff, to not be afraid to get crappy feedback or to let somebody down even. Oh my gosh, what will you learn from that? And how will you take that into your business so you can grow? So you can grow as a business leader, as a teacher, a practitioner. These failures are going to line your path. Okay, so that's what I have to offer today. I want you to fail. Get out there and fail for me. Send me an Instagram DM at jessicacross.co. I would love to know what you thought of this episode. Tell me how you failed. I'll tell you a million failures that I've had on this crazy, windy path of entrepreneurship. It's just a part of it. And as we build our resiliency, we get stronger. Okay, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Check you out on the next episode. Thanks for listening to the Marketing Off the Mat podcast. I love hanging with you as we figure this thing out together. Do you have an idea or something to share with me? Send me a DM on Instagram at jessicacross.co and let me know what's on your mind. I'd be so grateful if you shared this with someone who could use this episode. And if you get a chance, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Catch you on the next episode. See ya.